It's a radical thought that you could pursue a career that's beneath you so that you could pursue a calling that's beyond you. I would wager that the Apostle Paul could have taken all of his energies, poured them into building his tent business, and become bigger, greater, more expansive in terms of that category of his life than he was. But it was always going to take second seat to the more important issue of his calling. And when you discover your calling, the same thing will be true for you. What will you still be talking about in 100 years? Your career or your calling? I hope it's the right one. Today, we're going to talk about the irreplaceable, incredible you. Our culture has looked at jobs as a celebrated status, but in the modern era, it's just what we have allowed ourselves to fall into, and it's a form of slavery. Today, we're going to be taking job out of play, and we want to talk about building the brand called you in the space of your career. You are a brand. And we're going to be finding a model that we're going to work from over the course of the next year and a half together. It's a model that says that if you can get clear about 3 things in your life, clarity about some important other issues will come from it. We've landed in an era where GPS technology is pretty widespread. I have a friend who was in the senior leadership of the team that for the government put those 22 geosynchronous orbit satellites into space that allows the GPS systems to operate. And the way it works, your cell phone or your device that is directional just has to pick up 3 signals from 3 satellites, and they can find your position within 12 inches on planet Earth. We're going to be navigating our sensitivity toward 3 essential issues that are going to give us clarity about where career and calling land in our lives. They are your purpose, your passion, and your potential. Purpose asks the question, what's your cause? Passion asks the question, what's your compulsion? And potential asks the question, what's your capability? When you can bring those 3 things into sync, using a Venn diagram kind of mindset, 2 things come from it. One, when you find all 3 together, it's the place where calling resides. When you can find passion and potential together without kingdom purpose as your target, your career begins to emerge. And that's a discovery we want to make together today. And one of the things that we've got to get clear about in that is one of those 3 key ingredients in the career and calling equation, and that is your God-designed potential. It's who God made you to be. Ephesians 2 verse 10 says, we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance that we would walk in them. A lot of attention has been given in our generation to discovering our physical DNA and what it portrays and foretells in terms of our physical conditions. It has not only spoken into our physical being, our height, our orientation in terms of weight and body mass and color of eyes and all kinds of things, but it also predicts what may be our susceptibility in terms of diseases and conditions in our future. The same kind of attention that's given to our physical DNA is seldom given to our spiritual DNA. But I want to think with you about your spiritual DNA today, because in the same way that your physical being has been orchestrated by the blueprint of your physical DNA, your capacity to perform in life has been prescribed by God's creative genius in your spiritual DNA.